order. Will you join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Holland?
Yes.
Linnaeus?
Here?
Vaughn?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Allenbach?
Yes.
Grover?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Okay. Approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Holland, second by Grover. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Do we have any public comment? Did you have a clipboard back there? Is there anybody from the public that wants to come forward and talk? No? Okay. Then, number one is discussion on the mayoral act to remove a member from the Independence Light and Power Board. I don't know if you want me to share my ideas and thoughts or what you would like first. Mike is suggesting doing some type of presentation. Since the rest of you were not aware he was doing this, I question whether we should do it.
Can I explain, Bonnie? It's not really a presentation, you guys. It's there's different ways that we've used in the past when I was in business, and there's complicated ways to get to the right answer, take emotion out of the decision-making process. And it's too complicated for this, but there's very simplistic ways. And one way is what I would like to propose, that as we go through this process, we do something as simple as put up the pros and the cons, the pluses and the minuses of why we're doing this. Because I think we're all going to have to answer to this. And it's not a presentation of any type. It's really, basically it's what I think are the positives of Leon on the board. And then I think we need to know why you think he should be off. So it's a lot better if you have this stuff in writing than just stuff going all around us. And it's not a presentation.
Okay, can I tell you my opinion on this?
Sure.
This is kind of the behavior or the activity that's been going on at the light plant of changes being made, and Leon and a couple of the other board members bringing things up without sharing anything with the other two board members. So there's a lack of communication. That's why I question why you did not ask or mention this to anybody else other than Danny.
I didn't know any better.
Well, you've done these. You've done
don't.
these meetings. You've had these meetings. To tell you the truth, Leon knows exactly why I want him off the board. He just does not want to share that fact. But I don't. I think we're all free will thinking people. I don't think we need to go through an agenda and put down pros and cons. It's strictly each of you making your own decision based on what's brought out tonight.
And this is what I would like to bring out. If that's the case, I believe that I, as a council member, a representative of the people, should have the opportunity to bring this out and really to have a fundamentally sound process as we go through this. I want to take the emotion out of it, Bonnie.
Okay. The fact is, as mayor, I have the right to do this. The fact is, when I requested this, then the vote has to be done by the council since I don't have a vote. Even in your request for having the meeting, which I thought was an awesome thing when I read it, it even says that you are requesting regarding the removal of the Independence Light and Power Board member. You wanted it last week. We were not able to work that out. It says we are at a point in this situation that is becoming difficult for anyone to focus on the real issues. In fact, you have chosen not to make us aware of the reasons for your request. We feel it necessary for us to understand your request prior to debating this as a council meeting. It really isn't a debate. You were asking for me to give full disclosure for my reasons behind this action, not the fact that you want to debate it or that you wanted to do some big presentation. It's me making a request that I have the legal right to make, and hopefully with my answers, I convince enough of you to agree with me that it is a bad thing for Leon to be on that board. So it's not a debated issue. That's not part of how it was written up. So I don't see why you want to, I've been in these meetings before, I've conducted them, I've facilitated them over the years. I understand how they work and what they do, but it's not appropriate for this particular setting.
Bonnie.
I am willing to
we
give you
have
my
to-
answers.
And are we willing to speak then?
No, you're asking me to tell you why I want him off the board. This isn't a debate. This is me presenting my mayoral rights.
Okay,
is all.
I understand it's your right to request this.
Right.
And I appreciate that. But I think it's our right, and I really think it's unfair to the people of the city, to the people of Light and Power, to the people on the council, that we're not able to understand both sides of this story, because we can't make a decision with only your side.
No.
We just can't.
Leon's gonna have a right to give his side. He has a right
I
to speak.
don't know. But Bonnie,
You
trust
have a-
me, it's
you-
not a presentation. If you want me just to read off the list, I will, and then it's not a presentation. But I think we have to have discussion back and forth.
I think, again, this is what's been going on at the light plant. Things have been changed. The full board has not been made aware of it ahead of time. Leon has had at least 2 people who are sitting in the audience that pretty much rubber stamp whatever he says. And this has not been open for that's why it's not functioning.
Well,
And
I
so
would
for
have to
this
disagree with
setting,
you on
had you
that.
wanted that, all you had to do is say something to us. We could have put it on the agenda to have a debate or to do any of that stuff. But I was made aware of the fact that you wanted to know why I'm doing this. You wanted me to answer your questions, and I am very aware and prepared to do that.
May I intercede on this?
Yes, you certainly can.
I think number 1 says discussion on the mayoral act to remove a member of the Independence Light and Power. It doesn't say that you will just be reading your statement. I think that's part of it, but the way that says, I really think, maybe putting up a whiteboard thing and stuff, but I do think that council members should have at least a few minutes or a few seconds to talk about what, I guess, and I'm not even thinking about what type of work Leon does. I'm thinking in terms of what this does to the whole system if we do this. But, so I have a couple of notes here. I don't have anything like that, but I think
What
each
number 1
person.
are you looking at? I'm sorry.
Number 1 on your agenda,
Oh,
under
okay,
old business.
okay, okay. Okay.
So, I mean, I can see limiting time and that
Okay.
type of thing, but, maybe some people don't have any comments to make, that's fine, but if a person has 1 or 2 thoughts that people should take into consideration, maybe, that's
Okay.
not a debate, that's just each person saying what they think, and as I said, I'm not necessarily even thinking in terms of what type of job Mr. Bachman's doing.
Bonnie, perhaps the way I feel this is because we have 4 new members. We're all very inexperienced at this. We're different ages, we're different backgrounds, and I think that it's only fair to us to allow us to have some type, it's not a debate. It's a conversation. This is a very important thing for us to deal with. And to do it, I'm sorry, but I think it's somewhat one-sided. I think, especially us 4 deserve the opportunity to really understand what's going on and what's going through your head, our head, perhaps Leon. But I just don't think that we can rush it through. I'm sorry, it's the way I feel.
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you go first.
Well, basically, what I think we should do is, number 1, I think we need to be very specific in this stuff. I don't think that we should just deal in hearsay and other things. Whenever you're doing, you know, good decision analysis, a good thought process, these are tools that take the emotion out of it. And like I said, I will be more than willing to facilitate that. And it won't take a long time. It won't be an
Not any.
11:30 meeting. What I would like to request is, because the four of us are quite new, and Bob is probably the elder statesman, I guess I'd like to have him kind of talk for a second about what we're going through here and what's on his mind.
Well, I guess what I'd like first, though, is what originally our request is for the mayor to read her comments, and then after that, then each council member could not debate what you're saying, but what their thoughts are and what the situation is.
Mike, with all your thing and trying to make this official and all this stuff, how well do you and Leon know each other?
So. I mean, we don't socialize, we know each other. Leon, what?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. I didn't even know Leon when he was growing up. I was gone most of the time, traveling and on business, and I know him as well as I know Bob or anybody else.
You don't golf a lot with him and have a personal friendship?
I've never been on the golf course with Leon.
Really?
I've never been on a fishing boat with him, nor an airplane.
Okay.
I don't even know if I've been in his truck. I just,
In his what?
in his truck. I
didn't even know he had one.
yeah, he's got a pretty nice truck. But, no, I would say that Leon and I are just friends as